Ralph, good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I wanted to show you the space with no carpet in it and the drywall here. Really not too bad up here. This again would be okay on coating. Do we want to tear out these dressing rooms? Really? A lot of black mold there on that outer wall. We'll still have to coat that. Still on the outer wall. Not really underneath here yet of the dressing room drywall. There's a lot of ugliness exposed if you don't tear that out, but there's no, on the stick out wall, there's no mold yet. This is the actual one against the, wow, that's a face of a something, I don't know. You can see his eyes and a little Hitler mustache. But anyway, again, the build out, no mold on. The wallboard, mold on. The build out, no mold on. Let's go over here where the mold was just insane in here. But when we pulled all of the drywall off, it's really not that bad in here. This is what Stan Phillips was talking about. He didn't know whether he'd spend any money in here on cleanup or not. Because you'd have to coat all of this. But the mold really, it mostly wiped off and come out of here. Do we want to tear out those dressing rooms? That would be that build out, that build out, that build out, this build out from the dressing rooms. That'd leave you a flat wall, flat wall, flat wall, and would we want to take out this fancy checkout counter and stuff? Mr. Phillips said that would be all right. There's no black mold on the inside of the inside wall. We checked it a lot, we did, when we pulled everything out of here. It really hasn't progressed any farther than, I don't know, a year and a half ago when we jerked everything out. But he wants his floor polished and shining good. That bathroom, the same, shining good. No sign of any mold. Ralph, it's an option just to stick the ceiling tiles back in here and coat everything. I'd want to talk to Harding and Dom guy real quick and see what he thought about it. Maybe he may even stick his head in there. But with the air conditioning going, with the carpet gone, it smells perfect and normal in here like anything else. You could put the ceiling back in there. You can still see over the doorway there's some mold in there. But you could attack every bit of the mold in here and coat it. Again, you got the ceiling tile. You need $1,000 in product, maybe $1,100 and about $300 to put it in, maybe $400. Whatever I bid on that, I looked at it. Oh man, you'd still spend another $1,500 coating everything in here, Ralph. I don't know, your choice. Or if you tear that out, you're still going to have to coat a lot of that. Ralph, the same morning, look at the outside here real quick. We steam cleaned all that mud off the front of it. No canopy damage or any damage on that storm. Unreal. We mowed and trimmed everything. I'm going to come back and trim that bush back and them trees some and spray all of the cracks that green is starting to grow out of. We'll have all them cracked or sprayed. We are definitely going to fix that gutter right there and take down the Sam Goody's sign. And I've got a couple other leaks in that gutter. Make sure that gutter's working all right. I see no roof leaks in any of the stores this morning. That's one thing I just went and looked at. We just had a real hard rain. Look at your grass greening up. Really, Ralph, the center looks real good. Better than it has in a while. Smells better. Nikado clothes. That's still, I don't know what we spent to get it here. All the carpet's out and gone and dealt with. Those downed trees are dealt with and everything is gone. I think your landscape there might survive the drought too. Really not a bad looking center, a nice center overall. Everything around you here. We wouldn't have to spend, well, what is it the difference? A couple, 3,000 from gutting it to just gutting it and square cubing it to just leveling out where we're at right now and treating everything. That's still, boy, if you could rent that to a clothing store, that's still an expensive build out for a clothing store. We'll see what Mr.